The next maybe 10 or so videos are going to be all about closures and iterators working together. So the section is about closures, but you always use them with, almost always with iterators, and so you'll get used to them, being used together. And the first thing I wanted to mention about closures is somebody wrote a comment after I made this book public to about the name closure itself. So closure means to enclose, and you call it that because you remember that they can take in values from outside. You don't have to say like x I32. You can say over here, give a number, let x equals 7, and you can say make a closure and say let's say we want to print, we will say x plus 10, so it can enclose, pull in this this variable, and then we can call it like that, which is something that a function can't do. Let's delete that because it's getting in the way. And there you go. So there's 17, and that is technically what a closure is. And if you're not enclosing something, the name is anonymous function, and it's acting more like a function. It's not bringing anything in. So if you see the word anonymous function, that also means you have these two pipes, and it looks really similar. But most of the time, if you see these two pipes, you just call it an enclosure, and or you call it a closure, and so you don't have to worry too much about that. But if you see this, this also means it's pretty much the same as a closure in practice. So anyway, that is how the names work, and so I wanted to start with I wanted to show you something called unwrap or else. It's you see a lot of these methods in Rust where you have like an or method, and that's where you put in like a value directly, whereas else lets you put in a closure. And just to remind you what I'm talking about, let's say you have we want to if you don't want to unwrap a none, you want to do that safely. So let's say we have x, and we have to tell it the type. Let's say it's an option string, and this is none. And if we're going to unwrap it, then this is going to panic, x dot unwrap. And because we don't want to panic, we want to say unwrap or, and then we can write a default value. So we can say nothing inside and to string, and then we are safely unwrapping this, because if it's a none, it'll safely give us this. And then on top of that, you have this unwrap or else, and that lets you use a closure. So instead of just a single value, what happens is you do this. First that says, okay, I'm going to use a closure, and then inside that you can write anything you want. So you can say let mute my string equals I am but a string, and then you can say my string dot, let's push a character on it. So we're going to push that, and then we can return my string. And so let's see, I think we might need a semicolon. Let's see, there's the 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we need another bracket. My string dot push that. Let's see, I forgot to make that into a proper string. You can push characters onto strings, but not onto stars. And there we go. So I am but a string. Let's see if this formats it nicer. So you can see, if you have these else methods, let's see if we have any others. You can see here, these are all closures. So you when you use these, you do the open brackets, and then you put in these two pipes, and then you can write whatever you want. And if it's more than one line, then you'll want the curly brackets to keep it inside. And you can see there's like option or else, map or else. We looked at map once. Okay or else, this is for results. Result okay or else. Unwrap or else, which is what we just looked at. So this else, there's no rule that you have to use else, but whenever you see this this or else, just so you know, this always means that you're going to have a closure to work with, and that can be a lot of fun because you can make up whatever you want, and then and you're still doing this on one line of code, which is really cool.